Tyler Perry is a menace to the black community. His latest movie, Straw, is making a lot of waves. It's topping the Netflix charts and is very popular among black women, even African women. So I have to talk about it. No doubt, Tyler Perry is a very successful and popular actor and director, has his own studio, and I mean, he's a staple of black entertainment. Though personally, I've never really understood the purpose of his movies. All I know is that whenever he releases a new movie, black relationships start to crumble. I think maybe the CIA is using this guy to increase the divorce rate among black people. Okay, I'm just joking. But he's always in the habit of making black women victims in his movies. And this movie is his masterpiece in that regard. I don't even know why this movie is called Straw. He should have just called this movie The Passion of Taraji P. Henson. In the history of cinema, in the history of Hollywood, there has never been a character that has suffered as much as Taraji P. Henson in this movie. She was made to look rough in this movie. I mean, she looked terrible. In fact, from the moment I saw the thumbnail of the movie and the first scene of the movie, like, literally shows poverty in our household, like I already knew what I was in for. Like, I didn't even have to read the synopsis. A pity party of epic proportions. So I'm going to give my review of this movie and let you know what I thought. Let me say right now, I'm going to be giving a lot of spoilers for this movie. So if you don't want this movie spoiled for you, you can skip to this timestamp to know my final thoughts. And maybe if you watch it, you can come back, or you can just enjoy my description of the plot. And keep in mind, I watched this movie only once. That's all I could take. So on to this movie. Straw literally opens up to depict poverty in a black household. Like, it just pans over somebody's room, their living quarters. There's a finished cup of ramen, that's Indomie, on the counter. There's drugs everywhere, prescription drugs, and the camera literally pans over an eviction notice. So you know whoever is living here has it rough. And then next thing, you see Taraji P. Henson, in bed with her daughter, bathing her, and apparently the child has some issues. The drugs that are scattered around the apartment are for the daughter. So as you can guess, Taraji plays a single mom in this movie, and there's no explanation as to the baby father, how things got that way. So she takes her daughter to school, and the movie early on lets you know, and makes a point to let you know, that her life is trash. As she's stepping out of the door, her landlady is already giving threats, saying that they are going to throw all her property outside of the house, if she doesn't pay. And she's like promising that she's going to get a check today, so she's going to pay. She takes her daughter to school, waves her off. She walks in like a mall, like a mart, and she's already looking tired at the beginning of the movie. Like, at the beginning of the day, she's already done. So she's bagging groceries for a particular black couple, and I keep in mind, 98% of this movie is black people. They thought that they could pay for the items that they bought with their EBT card or something, and Taraji lets them know that it's not possible. Like, your card doesn't cover the items that you picked, And then they start to go off. Like, the woman is literally like, look, I've paid for these things in the past. Taraji is like, no, you have to pay an extra $38 or something. The couple is so pissed, and they leave the stuff. And as they are leaving, the guy takes a bottle, like one of the bottles of liquor that he purchased, and literally throws it at Taraji's legs, and it smashes everywhere. And I'm like, whoa. Then her boss shows up, and her boss has no remorse. Like, her boss is literally a caricature of an evil boss. He comes up and is like, she should clean it up. Like, what did she do? But then she receives a call, and apparently something is happening with her daughter in school, and she has to go and pick her up. She tells the boss that please, she has to leave. Her daughter has an emergency. And the boss, in true evil fashion, the guy is berating her like crazy, insulting her. So this stereotype of a boss gives her 30 minutes to go and find out what's happening with her kid and get back. She goes to the school. Apparently, the Child Protective Services is there, and they are taking her daughter away from her. I mean, just like that. Just terrible, right? And then as she's going back to her workplace, she gets rammed. Like, she gets in a car accident. Like, a white guy just hits her car from out of nowhere. The white guy comes out and he's the one even berating her. And apparently it turns out he's a police officer. Coincidences in this movie are just ridiculous. She's hearing through the windscreen that the guy is saying that he's going to find a way to legally unalive her, like legally end her. And then this female white officer shows up. She's an officer on duty. He was an officer of duty. And he tells her, show that black woman hell, and then leaves. And the female police officer is now asking her for her license, and apparently her license is expired. So as a result, I mean, her car gets towed. I think gets towed. So as a result of all this, she gets to her job back very late. I mean, as you can imagine, and of course they fire her. And I mean, she's distraught, of course, because she's already poor, she's already struggling to survive, and she's fired again. So she asks for at least her paycheck for the month, and the guy's like, no, that he's only going to give her in the mail like he usually does. She now gets back to her apartment. It's raining. It's in the afternoon that it's raining, and all her stuff has been taken outside. Like the landlady said, they've removed all her stuff and put on the streets, all her property. So she's crying. She now goes and picks up the most important things to her there, which is her daughter's stuff. Like she picks up a transparent school bag with something that looks like a bomb inside the bag, picks up the daughter's drugs, and she's crying all the while, and it's raining. And this is the only time it's raining throughout that movie. Like, she's such a victim that it's like the rain chose when her stuff was outside to fall. So now she has no place to go. Her life is a mess. They've taken her daughter, and she goes back to her workplace to try and beg the boss one final time to get her check for the month. And the boss is pissed off. He's still like, no. And then armed robbers show up. Like, 2 armed robbers show up. And one of them is at the door. He tells them to bring out the money. Taraji now gets into a fight with the armed robber, saying that she needs the money for her daughter and all that. So they get into an actual squabble. The guy now tries to hit her with the butt of the gun because she wouldn't let go of the money. And even the boss is like, let go of the money. Yeah, and the armed robber calls her name because her name is on her name tag. So somehow Taraji gets the gun from him and shoots him, and he dies. The second armed robber runs away when he sees that they've shot his colleague. And for some reason, the boss, after seeing everything that happened, is like telling Taraji that you set this up. You set this up for me to get robbed. I'm calling the police. And then picks up the phone like almost immediately and starts telling the police that he's being robbed, and Taraji's character is the one that is robbing him. Like, all the while she has a gun and she's in front of him and she just shot someone. The thing makes no sense. Like, how is he blaming her when she's saying that she set it up and she's killing the guy that she set it up with? Like, the logic, it doesn't even make any sense. I mean, she's distraught by the whole thing, and with the anger for the boss, I guess, she now shoots the boss. I thought it was going to become, like, what's the movie with Michael Douglas? That she was going to go down a dark path, and start committing all sorts of crimes. That would have been a better movie, by the way. She takes the gun, she takes the daughter's school bag with the stuff that looks like a bomb inside, and heads to the bank to cash her check. And the bank is closed by the time she gets there. It's after 4 o'clock. But a benevolent black lady inside the bank that is working there now says, okay, just let her in. And they let Taraji in with the gun and everything that she's carrying. I don't even understand. She goes to the teller, and the teller is like, I need your ID. And she doesn't have her ID. I guess she gave it to the cop earlier. He said, okay, I can't give you the money. That you have to go to the manager and maybe they can help you. And Taraji is like, I mean, you know me. This is not the first time we've done this. So just give me the money. But the teller refuses. And next thing, she brings out the gun. Now, at the same time, the police is discovering what happened with the previous shooting. And they tracked her down to the bank, right? So inside the bank, it becomes a hostage situation. because she's with the gun, she's with like the device inside the bag that looks like a bomb. So apparently she's going to blow up the bank or whatever, or she's robbing the bank. From here, I was even getting tuned out. Basically, this part of the movie became a ripoff of John Q. John Q is a movie that starred Denzel Washington. That was an actual good movie. The tellers in the bank, keep wanting to give her money, because of the robbery. And she's like, no, she doesn't want, she just wants her check, that is like $40 or something. But they don't believe her. Like, they believe that she's doing a robbery. The whole sequence of events from here is so outlandish that it was hard for me to follow. It now cuts to the police that are trying to investigate what's going on. And the one black female in the police force, the one black female detective, is the only one that, believes in Taraji, even after seeing her kill 2 people. And the other police officers that are male, they are trying to see how they can end the hostage situation, get the hostages out. But Teyana Taylor, that plays the cop, the female cop, is like, no, like she believes in Taraji for some reason. She doesn't know this person before. And it's so realistic because there's no police officer on this planet that would act like that. That kind of situation. Like, your priority is the citizens. Even if you feel she's innocent for some reason, she could have like lost her mind. The whole point is to get people safe and get her in custody. But Taraji is like trying to reach out to her, and there's a line she goes like, I just feel it in my heart, sir, that she's innocent. And the police chief is like, yeah, just go ahead. What police chief in this planet would take his job that seriously? Putting his whole career on the line on somebody's feelings. Is that realistic? I don't know. Somehow the teller that refuses to give Taraji money is able to set up a phone on the counter and record everything that is going on in plain view, and somehow Taraji doesn't see it. Apparently she's streaming to YouTube. Maybe she was connected to like Twitch, YouTube, StreamYard, I don't know, because then all the black people in the country, I guess, were able to see on their phone what's happening in the hostage situation. And Taraji is making a call where she's talking about everything that she has gone through that day. And everybody sympathizes with her. Everybody watching online sympathizes with her. So in essence, she has developed a cult following, right? And they even come to the bank premises to protest on her behalf to free her. And then it even turns out that the bomb that everybody is scared of that is in her backpack or whatever is not actually a bomb, but it's her daughter's school science project. This is the part that really took me out, because everybody was so scared that they assumed that it was a bomb that she had all the whole time. But why does her project look like that? Like, the thing looks more of a bomb than a bomb. So at this point, even the hostages in the bank are on her side, right? Except for one that tips off the cops. At this point, I was fully checked out, but the twist now came. The twist came, and at the end of the day, it turns out that Taraji receives a call from her mom. This is when everything has been sorted and she's about to leave, and get arrested, right? She's about to leave the bank. And it turns out that her daughter had died the day before. So then it now does like a flashback, and apparently she was just convincing herself that her daughter was still alive throughout the day. She now has the vision of the police coming in SWAT style into the bank and shooting her. And then when she snaps back to reality, she's still in the bank. She's still about to be arrested, but she wasn't shot. And they step out, and Teyana Taylor arrests her. And so the movie ends like she's in the cop car, in the back of the cop car with with her fans, in shots in the window, while the cop car drives away. So it now brings up this whole debate, or it's supposed to bring up this whole debate about, what happened during the day being in her head, and what's really happened. Obviously, she committed the crimes or whatever crime because she's being taken away by the police. But it's now like, okay, how much of what happened was true? And it's another unreliable narrator Gimmick by Tyler Perry. He did a similar one in Acrimony. I did not enjoy this, like, because it was like a comedy to me. The story was so bad. I know that this is going to be an unpopular opinion. Like, apparently a lot of people enjoyed it, especially a lot of women enjoyed this movie. But as a story, both logically and, in fact, the scenery, everything is just, man, it's ridiculous. Her performance was good. Taraji's performance was good, but she's like a veteran at this kind of roles, the suffering, defeated woman. She's the number one person that's Tyler Perry calls. She's the number one person in Hollywood you want to call for that kind of role, and she looks rough in this movie. Like, honestly, like, there was no makeup in this budget for Taraji. But man, I just can't get behind the story. If I was to rate it, I'll give it like a 4. But I'm sure it's going to make a lot of money. Like, very successful movie. He has outdone himself. But ultimately, the message that this guy is pushing through these movies is not a good one. I don't know. It doesn't really even put black people in a good light. Like, this movie, it somehow at the same time shows black people as very irreverent, and it depicts all the stereotypes of black people in one movie, and the few white people in the movie are racists and terrible people. Well, I guess at the end of the day, it's just entertainment, right? I mean, this is the creator of Madea, so I chose to see it as a comedy, and I enjoyed it as such. So that is my review of Straw. That's my review of the movie. Tyler Perry, you really outdone yourself, man, with this one, dude. Like, come on, man. How much deeper can you go from here? Like, how do you outdo this? Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. I have a lot more videos that are just as exciting as this one, and a lot more interesting videos to come. Hit that notification bell so that you also be informed whenever I post a new video. My name is Obi King. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tyler Perry is creating an army of Madeas. I think that's what he's trying to accomplish in his life. Like, he wants to create an army of Madeas.